Before I play this tune, I wanted to just tell you why I'm doing it and where it came from. It's composed by a guy named Jaco Pastorius, who, if you've heard of him, you will most likely know him from his playing in a fusion jazz rock group in the 70s called Weather Report, where he was a major contributor in terms of show and definitely in his composition. He wrote some great tunes. He's also well known for being, the super flashy bass player, able to play super fast. On his debut record, Jaco Pastorius, he played bebop tunes like Donna Lee, which was, unheard of. And he played, there was a tune called Portrait of Tracy, which is a harmonics and bass part kind of a tune. It's just beautiful. Sounds like a electric piano. But anyway, he, excuse me. He, after post-Weather Report, he did his own project, and he formed a band called the Word of Mouth Big Band, which included players like Peter Erskine on drums, Jaco, of course, Othello Molyneux on steel drums, Toots Thielman on chromatic harmonica, Brecker Brothers, and a whole bunch of other great players. In later years, when I saw him play, it was pared down to a sextet, which included a drummer named Kenwood Denard and Mike Stern, the great guitar player, as well as other people, sometimes including Toots Thielman, sometimes including Othello Molyneux on steel drums, and others. Anyway, this tune was first done on a Weather Report record, and I don't remember which one, but it was one of the later ones. Then it was done in the Word of Mouth Big Band, which is the band that traveled to Japan and became very famous. And then he also did it in the sextet. Well, I always loved the tune, and it's a perfect example of Jaco's ability to create what sounds like a very simple song. It sounds very, it has simple melodies, goes through a few keys. But if you listen a level deeper on it, you find that there's some intensely rich harmony underneath the melody. Sort of like when he played Donna Lee on his breakout record, everybody was amazed because he was playing bebop. Well, years after bebop started to go away, people like Miles Davis and McCoy Tyner and of course John Coltrane played tunes with more lush, intense harmony underneath simpler melodies. Like, Coltrane's, I think, a perfect example would be which is Giant Steps, which has a very simple melody, but cool chords underneath it. So I look at this as kind of Jaco's, moving into a more John Coltrane kind of composition mode. So that's the reason why I love the tune. That's the reason why I decided to do it. When you listen to it, you probably won't think it's a very hard tune to play, but for me, at my advanced age, it is extremely hard. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it. 3 Views of a Secret. Oh, I wanted to say also, Jaco died too young. He died at 35 years old. He was bipolar, and he didn't keep up on his meds. So there were times when he was just really difficult to be around, and was, So I guess in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, he walked in, tried to get into a bar that he used to play in all the time, and he thought that, the bouncer should know who I am. Well, the bouncer didn't know who he was, and ended up beating him to death. Or he died in the hospital later. But anyway, it's a sad story. I wish Jaco had survived and was able to give us music like this, 3 Views to a Secret. I'm hoping those of you skipped ahead who didn't want to hear me ramble.